And hello everyone, how's everyone doing today?
Hello.
Thank you all for coming to the stream today. If you're new here, I'm Old Man Strikerbolt.
Hello, I'm Kendra. I am the proprietor of the Fabled Flames and otherwise known as Ms. Wraith.
And welcome to my second D&D Wednesday stream. Before we get started, I'm going to plug my sister's Etsy store here, Fabled Flames. She does amazing work with customized candles and such, scented candles, especially her D20 candles. They're amazing. You can also do what is that, custom?
Those are character candles.
Character candles.
They have fun little phrases on them.
Yeah.
So.
Also, just added to her store is some wax melts. So.
They're cute little dragons. I love them.
There you go. Yeah. Does amazing work. I think also coming soon you're going to be able to have different kinds of...
Yeah, I'm working on, I'm waiting for the masters for a full set of, so I can make a full set of dice candles. So not only will the D20s be in there, but you'll have your D10s, your D6s, your D4s, your D8s, and of course D12s. So it'll be all the fun sizes of candles. And then I'm also working on getting a master for a giant D20 so that I can put a full set of regular dice inside. So, yep, that's what's coming and lots of fun.
Yep.
So,
yeah, just posted a link in chat if you would like to go check out her store. You can also type in, if you can't find the link anymore, you can always type in ! my turn to get a link to the store. And without further ado,
let's talk some characters.
Okay. So, last week I talked about just, hey, how to build a fake paladin, and I gave off 2 different kinds of builds for that. But what, I was playing LoL and I had the fun idea of, hey, this guy thinks he's a paladin. Completely dumb, doesn't know what a paladin actually is, but he thinks he's one, and that's what's important. So I got to thinking and talking with my sister here, and decided, you know what? Why not come on and talk some of our more silly, more fun character builds for just a single class?
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of this is more backstory, flavor type stuff. It's ways to create and play your character. So a lot of the mechanics are just the same as any single class character is, but the fun comes from doing a different race than would be normal for that character, so not optimizing it and thinking about new backstories. So you're not doing the basic standard, why are you an adventurer? Okay, my goblins killed my family, so now I'm out and off, to get revenge or something like that. So which one do you want to talk about first?
I'd say let's talk about one of your more fun characters that you've gotten to play.
Okay.
The wonderful bridge troll.
Oh, Olga. I love Olga. Okay.
First things first, hello, baby girl. Welcome to the stream. Also, Loco Mexicano, welcome.
Hello. So, all right. So, Olga is one of my all-time favorite characters, but she is definitely more of a one-shot. She's rather one-dimensional. But what's really fun is, so she's a half-orc paladin. And the fun thing is, though, is she is a, you can't see me, quotation marks, bridge troll. Because she originally started out as pretty much a bureaucrat. She was happily living under her bridge, taking tolls as people entered the municipality, pointing out points of interest. So she's got a little park ranger in there, happily doing her job and her civic duty, living under the bridge. And she's a half-orc. Game
mechanics
troll.
speaking. Yeah, game mechanics, we just went with half-orc. Doesn't really matter with the...
It's a bridge troll's a job title. So, with that, she spends her days happily doing her job, and then she, of course, puts in for vacation time so she can go see family, go to a bridge troll convention, learn some new techniques for directing tourists, things like that.
Hey, maybe
while she's gone, the municipality decides this is a perfect time to move her bridge to a better location there's better roads. It's better all the way around. And they dispatch a courier to go and send her up to let her know. Courier gets misdirected and goes to the wrong family member's house, so she doesn't get the message. She comes back and her bridge is gone.
So think about that. This half-orc,
not too bright,
comes home and her house is just, her home, her job are just
gone.
Not there. Not burned down or destroyed or anything, just poof.
So, of course, she comes to the logical conclusion that someone has stolen her bridge. And at this point, she takes an oath of vengeance and heads off to find the dastardly evildoers that have stolen her bridge upriver. The courier has the message that her bridge has been moved downriver. So she's gone in the opposite direction. Now, what's a kind of an interesting thing is, of course, paladins get their powers from divine gods. From the gods.
At least from older editions.
Yeah. So she isn't very religious. So she has no idea that she's gotten her powers came from. She's just a paladin working on her vengeance. But it's some god of chaos. I haven't really fleshed that part out because this was made for a one-shot. A god of chaos that has decided that this is a good thing. This is going to be fun. And, of course, grants her paladin powers. So that's where she's off and running. And her catchphrase is, "Where's my bridge?" Which she shouts to every evildoer she can find because, as far as she's concerned, this one is probably the one that has stolen her bridge.
Every doer she can find, and occasionally the not so evil doer that the party points are at anyway.
Yeah. Tells her they stole your bridge. Or they know where it is. So.
Yeah, and I think she's died a few times in these one-shots.
She's died a few times. And so I just keep bringing her back for fun little one-shots here and there, just to whack things and wreak vengeance upon the bad guys. Now, we do have visions of this poor courier still chasing her down. Yeah. So if I ever did bring her into an actual campaign, I have a feeling at one point the courier will come and catch up with her at one point. And of course...
Who's a full-fledged adventurer of his own right, because he's following her into dungeons.
Right. So...
Which have repopulated with their own monsters after she's cleared them out and finding no bridges.
No bridges.
Belong to her.
Yes. It's not my bridge. So, he, of course, will eventually give her missive saying where her bridge is, and she will happily drop everything and head back to her bridge. And that'll be the end of her career. No retirement or special dealios, anything like that. She's just going to go back to her bridge.
There it is. Just complete. Never mind this, path of blood she's carved, and just it's right there all along. Okay.
Bye. Off to take some tolls.
No guilt or embarrassment.
None at all. And she'll, of course, and be careful though, because this one will tell you all about the best way to take a toll, the best way to scare a traveler, to give them the best scary experience. She will also point you, wax poetic to all of her points of interest within her municipality and the best times to go and the best times to get dinner at the local inn and what the best dishes are. So there is that. So that was Olga.
So yeah, these are the sort of weird characters we just kind of come up with.
Mm-hmm. But what's fun about it is that it's not the classic paladin, holy avenger type character. It's something different, quirky, fun to do. So...
And that's what I love about these builds, or these, not even builds is the wrong word, these concepts, is just take it and flip it on its head. Just
do something
to be weird and ridiculous. Like, another character idea I had, I'll never play this character because mechanically I don't want to deal with the level of, for lack of a better word, pets. That many stat blocks to manage.
I'll probably steal this character.
Right, and that is the Greenpeace Necromancer. When you think someone devoted to nature and taking care of the world and recycling stuff, do you think Ranger? No, they're all about genocide. You think druid? Hell no. They only care about their forest. Not every forest or the planet in general. They're quite selfish. And I know you might think, but what about the Circle of Spores druid? That's cordyceps. They fuck shit up. Now, you want to go proper recycler. You go necromancer wizard. What could be more about recycling and saving the planet than cheap undead labor? Like, come on, they've passed on.
Yeah,
they're not
going
to
to
use it anymore.
So
it's gone. Who cares if necromancer school kicked us out because they're not using it anymore? Was a valid excuse? It's so like.
So you've got a good character, good aligned character who is a necromancer who hasn't quite gotten the memo that raising the dead, stealing the souls
sacrilegious.
back, taking them from their rest to put them back into reanimated bodies or whatever is not the best idea. Missed that day in class.
Not exactly religious either, but he is doing his part to save the planet. It's just a little unconventional. What was it? Wasn't there also a necromancer on Critical Role at one point who's just...
Oh, yes, Gurn Blanston. He's my favorite. He's the candle maker. He makes tragedy candles.
Okay.
So...
Yeah.
He of course, though, had a family. I don't think he was so much Greenpeace. He is more... created families.
Start your own family. Raise your own family.
Raise your own family. There we go.
They just left out the detail of where. Okay. So with that, that's some weird concepts that we've just come up over, years. I guess over the years.
Over the years, yeah.
So let's pick one of these at random and flip the script on it a little. Let's go with something simpler. I was reading about this earlier today. Mm-hmm. You love Gurn?
There we go. Gurn was amazing. I agree completely.
So let's flip the script on the classic bard here. Mm-hmm. At the risk of Matt Mercer busting into my house and throwing pool noodles at me from across the room. That's a Joe Cat reference. Crap Guide to D&D. Look it up sometime. It's hilarious.
All right, so we're starting with the bard.
Let's obvious things about the bard. They're musically inclined. They're sexy. They sleep with everyone.
Those are the tropes. But how about what if somebody like me who is not musically inclined wishes to play a bard? Now, I'm a halfway decent singer, but it's not my favorite thing to do, and I do not want to try to sing everything. So,
and I do not have musical talent whatsoever.
So
I can play a mean game of Rock Band on the toy guitar there, but
well, how about a fortune teller?
All right, you did have a fortune. I forgot about your fortune teller lady.
Yeah. So this is fun. Let's go with.
She was glamour, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a college glamour.
Yeah.
And then with a background, go with a charlatan background.
Charlatan. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The backgrounds, they can add some skills and a neat little background feature trait that's great for role play purposes. Generally, like, oh hey, how are we paying for the inn tonight? Yeah. Sort of role play purposes, but but they're also great ways to launch backstories.
Yes, and
if you need some inspiration, because we're talking about bards, inspiration.
Yay, inspiration! We're so funny. So something fun with going with something like a fortune teller is you can go with a background. They were in a circus, and so their big thing was to give out little bits of fortune here and there. They know how to put on a show. They've taken their, so their bits of inspiration could be something like, You will succeed. I've seen it, or something like that.
Yeah. Although it's funny, when she was first introduced, our party instantly paid her for what she was and called her like Connie, as in con artist.
Yeah.
So
I was a little bitter. They didn't run with it. They missed out on the yes and memo.
Yeah. I apologize in my part for the comment. Yeah. But I just had a fun idea about another bard while you were talking about that. It's going back to we're not musically inclined. Mm-hmm. There's your bard. They're not musically inclined, and they think they are.
Oh, there we go.
Think like the terrible people off of like American Idol or whatever that think they can sing, but they really should just go back to their day job. So just choose. You can go with whatever college too. It doesn't matter. Just go with just damaging spells.
Oh, there we go. So how do they inspire people though?
Oh, there you go. How would you inspire people?
You think you can sing, but you can't, and it's terrible.
You toss them earplugs.
There we go. Okay, so we're starting with somebody who can't sing, but thinks they can. And okay, we're tossing them earplugs for inspiration. So how does that start? Do they? As far as like background goes, what are you thinking?
Backgrounds. Let's see.
No, I don't mean like official backgrounds, but backgrounds? I mean like backstory. Like,
okay.
Where did they come from? What brought them to being a bard?
Oh, let's see. They had to have been inspired by a traveling bard at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Loving their performance. There's some majestic bard. Maybe it was Jim.
Okay, Jim the Bard.
Jim the Bard.
All right.
That's a character I played as once, was Jim the Bard. Trying out 5th edition for the first time. That's another story for another time. Here, it was inspired. So they practice. They think they can say, oh, we're being raided. How's it going, High Horse Seat?
Hello.
Hey. Thank you much. Cal King, hello. Y'all welcome to the stream. Been raided. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I don't know why my raid sound didn't go. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh no, that's right. I had the volume weird today. But
so anyway, what we are talking about is
it's a raid. Stick them up.
So what we're talking about is fun and out of the box character ideas for D&D. So welcome, join us, have some fun. If you have some ideas for characters and what we're talking about, feel free to share them. So
thank you for the follows, everyone. BB Girl, a Puckett, Cal King 559. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the support. You actually always wanted to play D&D?
Oh, you should. It's so much fun.
It's fun.
So
I'm in the middle of like 3 campaigns now, but hence why I wanted to build it up.
Huey, a 600-pound dwarf. What class is he?
Completely never played before. I might as well plug this too. If you are interested in playing and you like to, quick down and dirty of the rules, Critical Role has a series called Handbook or Helper. That's a great intro series to watch. Never been able to play before? That's a shame, a Puckett, but I would say if you've got the time, Hamburger Helper, close. They call it Handbooker Helper. So it's a lot like Hamburger Helper.
Here, type it in. So
yeah, I'll type it into chat here.
Yeah. So we were talking about an out-of-the-box bard. Now, generally, just to recap real fast, bards are generally musically inclined, super charismatic. The trope that they want to sleep with everything they possibly can. So we're talking a tone-deaf bard who, of course, they are charismatic and friendly and everything. I would say let's go with somebody who is not into relationships of any sort, beyond friendships, platonic.
There you go. Yeah, just platonic. They just really want to become a famous singer. You have to go see you later. All right, thanks for dropping by, Cal King.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, so anyway.
Here we go. So, there we go. Evan, so no points, no. If you want to build them too, because I love talking to mechanics though. No points in persuasion, no points in deception. Well, maybe points in. No, they're completely honest that they think they're good. No points in deception. Easily offended if you tell them they're bad. So points in intimidation.
There we go.
Yeah, if you have to.
And then let's say.
Can't see. Maybe they can dance twerk for inspiration.
There we go. Like
run it
that.
by your DM if you want to twerk or be a pole dancer.
That would be interesting. Be a dancer as your bard, so you're dancing for inspiration. That's another way to go. I like that.
The interpretive dance. Imagine the combat with the black solid suit. You a DM? I have DM'd in the past before. I don't DM very often.
I DM, I'm actually DMing our home game right now. We're bringing in a brand new player who's never played before. We just had our session 0. My husband has been our DM for a long time, so I'm taking over the mantle. I've done a few one-shots before, but this will be my first campaign that I'm actually doing. I've been more of a player, so...
Yeah, and slight bit of background. We've been involved pretty much all our lives.
Yeah.
Our parents started us off on that road to nerddom early on, and we have not strayed since.
Yes, we've stuck to the straight and narrow of D&D. I mean, of nerddom forever. Not to give away, to give away my age. I'm almost 40, and I've been playing since I was 13, on and off. So there's that. So, so we've talked Bard.
This one's another one we got. Game rules. My dad hates D&D. Oh, that's
terrible. I'm so sorry.
It's a wonderful game. Now is best time as any to get into D&D. Mm-hmm. There are also other game systems, not to talk them down. They're wonderful. Mm-hmm. D&D though right now is. Yeah.
But yeah, that's
a tragedy.
Yeah.
But now, 5th edition, it's never been easier and accessible.
And I will say there are a lot of resources if you ever
need people to play with, honestly.
Well, there's a lot of online as far as getting into D&D. There's a lot of you can get into, like, say, Roll20 or what's another online?
D&D. Well, it's not an online playing thing. But D&D Beyond, you can access the base rule set.
Yeah.
It's a source reference document. It's completely free. Offers the basic classes.
Yeah.
I've pretty much bought everything. Some dads are just butts.
Yes,
that's true.
But what I was saying
if you're looking
for a group, if you're looking to get into a group or to meet people to play D&D, Roll20, from what I've heard, is a pretty good resource to join games. I haven't tried it myself. I've always played in person.
One of the games I play, we play online. We use a combination of Roll20 for the maps and tokens, and Discord for talking and role-playing.
Mm-hmm. But that might be a resource for you to find a group to play with or to try it out. So.
And then there's also always the trusty Reddit page, LFG.
Oh, yeah.
Reddit LFG. You got all sorts of players and DMs looking for each other all the time there.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, if you want to try it out or want to start it, that's some resources for you.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, there you go. I hope you have fun with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, talking out of the box character class, there is one that I wanted to share that I thought was a lot of fun, and that is a cleric of life.
Oh, this was one of her. I know where you're going with
yes.
this. This is one of her longest running characters.
Yes, and so caveat: I did steal this concept straight from TV. But
which is a fantastic place to steal characters.
Yes, but this was a cleric of life tiefling who was actually lawful evil. Now, life domain clerics generally are good aligned characters.
It says right here in the flavor text,
Yeah.
the life domain focuses on the vibrant, positive energy.
Yes. But I did a lawful evil character, and the TV show I stole from was Dexter. And I'm terrible with naming characters, so her name was Dextra. Now,
I would have done the same thing.
well, thank you. Oh, that makes me feel better. So, the thing with her was, what the background I did with her was, she was abandoned as a child because, of course, her tiefling characteristics were pretty obvious. And she was left at a temple of Ilmater, who is, in the world we were playing in, a god of relieving suffering, combating evil, making the world better. So and again, this goes right from the TV show, is the cleric who was raising her noticed that she had these dark impulses in her and decided to channel it because he didn't know how to, or he didn't have the resources to save her from
Target
that.
Killer 49.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome. So anyway, she grows up in the Temple of Ilmater with these very specific rules that she has to follow. And then what brings her out into the adventuring world is when she becomes of age, she is given a quest from her god to basically try to rid herself of these impulses, these serial killer impulses in her. Now, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, trying to play a adventuring character who's going out and killing things and a serial killer. So what the DM and I did was, she was in secret going out and looking for evildoers within towns when we were in town, and we'd have to roll stealth checks, things like that, to sneak out and not get caught. And she actually ended up killing a pretty evil guy, evildoer, and not getting caught doing that, and still it was within her set of rules that she could only kill evildoers. I will say that it was not going well for her on her quest to become a good guy, because the party wasn't the best group of people.
My character was the closest thing to a moral compass, and he was so obsessed on his own quest for vengeance that he was more than willing to turn a blind eye to the party's
more evil,
less than noble tendencies.
Yes. So she started out really good, all gung-ho, and by the end of that campaign, she was pretty close to failing her quest.
Oh, you lost the Nuzlocke. That's a shame. It's okay. You just gotta pick yourself up and keep going. You've done RPs with characters like that, yeah.
So it's fun to do things that are different and not within the concept.
Not within the concept.
So.
Let's see. What's another fun one? Well, something I've always wanted to try is a one-shot. The Gentleman Barbarian.
Yes. Oh.
Just...
Someone else. What is Dungeons and Dragons? It's a tabletop role-playing game. And basically you have a dungeon master, and then you have people playing characters within the game, and it's collaborative storytelling.
Yeah.
So...
A good example of, that, I've said it before at times, Critical Role. I know there's a lot of them out there. Acquisitions Incorporated is one. I couldn't begin to name all of them. I really couldn't.
So, but basically it's getting together and creating a story around an adventurer going out into the world with...
Keeps lagging? Sorry about that. Luckily on screen there's not much here. Is it sound that's lagging or just video? If it's video, then I just need to play with the mouse less. But okay. What's another? Let's see.
You were talking about the Gentleman Barbarian.
The Gentleman Barbarian is that stat wise.
Hello.
Hey friends, hello Melody Pond, ex-Melody Pond. Don't you sometimes just want to go A-ship? Yeah, exactly.
Melody, hello!
Oh, you recognize her?
Yes.
Oh.
So, I am so glad you're here. Oh, thank you for joining. Hey! Oh, hello! Oh, you guys are... Oh, I'm so excited. You guys have made my night.
Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and plug it again.
So,
Hey! You're welcome, 415. Yeah, I did give him... He was one of the ones I gave you your candle to a while back when I went
cool.
When I went to PAX last year.
Oh, fun. Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
Yep. And it's now become the Fable Flames candles.
Yes. But still...
there was some rebranding.
So, anyway, back to the Gentleman Barbarian.
Yep, I keep putting it off. There we go. But it's their whole thing, even their stats, it's all about the strength, the constitution, and then, to a lesser extent, the dexterity. So stat-wise, strength, that's strength, intelligence, strength, dex, con, and then the mental stats, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, you can kind of leave by the wayside with barbarians.
Generally.
You don't need it.
Yeah,
it's even their core ability. One of the reasons why, numbers-wise, it's not great is because their core ability, rage, jump to it, they can't cast spells with it, period. So, and then all those 3 stats are all associated with spell casting. But here's the thing, I've always wanted to do a Gentleman Barbarian. He's comes off normally as intelligent and sophisticated, well-spoken, and, upstanding member of society.
Good evening, sirs.
Just a polite bow and whatever, and just, maybe even play it as like a half-leaner gnome with short message. But just something happens that just sets him off in combats. That is not a dinner fork! Monocle pops out and he goes into a bloodthirsty rage. Rip and tear until it's done.
There we are.
So that's something I've always wanted to try. Barbarians, there's all sorts of ways to play them, but they're generally big dumb brutes. So I've always wanted to
make a more intelligent one that was focused more on
Bruce Banner Hulk. Hey, there you go.
There we go. That's perfect. Exactly.
Perfect. Yeah.
So again, it's okay to pull straight from pop culture and media for your ideas, because it's about having fun and creating a character that you would enjoy.
Yeah.
So
which reminds me, I did come up with a interesting challenge for you. Gonna go to the druid here. Let's see if we can build a druid who's all about industrialization.
Oh dear. Okay.
He is all about modernization, industrialization.
Oh.
Pave paradise to build that parking lot.
Oh, I knew you would love that, Melody. Okay, does a class have to use a specific weapon or weapon type?
No.
Not in 5e.
Not in 5th edition. Back in 1st edition, there were weird stipulations like that.
Like a cleric could not use a sharp-edged instrument, for example.
At all. Stuff like that.
Wizards couldn't use swords at all. That kind of thing.
Yeah, wizards couldn't use any weapons at all, period.
No, they could use quarterstaff, stuff like that.
But that was it.
A dagger, that kind of thing.
Yeah, dagger.
So, but in 5e, you're pretty open. As long as you have the proficiency, then you can use it.
Yeah, so, technically, you could use it without the proficiency. Just mechanically, it's not the best idea.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well,
all right.
Okay, yeah.
So back to the druid, the industrialization
druid.
Okay.
So, and if you can, let's stick with something that's not UA yet, because I think making a character on D&D Beyond. Just curious.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, you can't read the screen. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Is that why? Oh well.
So,
you want Gandalf with the sword? Hey, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Mechanically, you could do that. You could make
a warlock.
An elven wizard.
Yeah.
Elven wizard. I think it's the high elves, might be the wood elves too. Mm-hmm. But you can make a high elf wizard and they get a cool thing that's, hey, I start with proficiency in long swords.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you could also do a hexblade warlock as well. So you can be a wizard with a sword basically.
There you go.
So, all right.
Oh, you're on your phone? Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
It is really much appreciated.
Yeah.
Back to Industrial Druid.
Okay, so I am actually not very familiar with anything beyond the druid circle of land and the circle of the moon. That's really the only druids I have played. So what are you thinking as far as the circle goes?
Yeah. If it's all about industrialization, I'm probably thinking Circle of Spores or Circle of Dreams would be the best bet for it.
Okay, why is that?
Well, Circle of the Land is all about your spell casting for, I believe. And, Circle of the Moon is just all about transforming into stuff.
Yeah, you're shape changing.
So actually, you could do Circle of the Moon if you wanted and be like, you wanted to be a sewer rat.
Oh, this is true.
There you go. So there you go. There's one idea. Shepherd, I don't know very well. Wildfire is still UA. But Circle of Spores, they come from the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica book. You didn't know a druid could be industrial.
We're gonna find a way to do it. So, all right. So, Circle of Spores. And why do you pick spores?
Spores. Okay, so they come. This is actually a little against the rules, stealing their flavor a bit. They come from Ravnica. Their original source was Ravnica, and if you're not familiar with Magic the Gathering's lore, which holy crap, there's a fuck ton over the past like 10 or 20 years it's been around. The magical plane of Ravnica is one big city, and ruled by 10 guilds. Just ordered the double hot candle.
Oh,
there's the cha-ching.
Oh, thank you so much.
But one of the guilds in charge, they kind of deal with waste management and taking care of the poor, making sure everyone is at least fed somehow, and they tend to do it through necromantic druid magics.
Okay.
So especially, they love you.
Oh, I love you guys too.
There you go.
So okay, so they deal with the.
Yeah. So it's what better way to raise a fungal utopia environment than in again the sewers of a city.
There we are. Okay, so that makes sense. So Circle of Spores Druid, all
it's
about
around the no metal stipulation. Yeah, that's what we're working on.
I agree.
Should have a mobile greenhouse.
Let's see. How would your? Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. So with that, I think we could stick with the. It's not all no metal because druids can use the scimitars.
Yeah, they're mostly not metal.
Yeah.
But if we went back to my idea of, hey, I want to be a sewer rat, I'm comfortable being a sewer rat. You're all about being transformed, so you don't need the metal there.
Let's see, that's actually.
I know Dungeons & Dragons, but how does the game work and how does it work? Never played before. Okay, let's answer that real quick. So it's you and a group of friends. One person is designated as the dungeon master or the game master. Everyone else has their own character and they have a character sheet in front of them that says, hey, this is who I am, these are my stats, just like any other modern RPG. You got strength, intelligence, wisdom, dexterity, constitution, charisma. I said that all out of order.
That's all right.
In all first edition order. That's ruined me forever.
So
but the dungeon master runs the world and the adventure and the monsters you fight, the NPCs you talk to. The players play their characters and interact with the world and work together to achieve goals, and so
and create a story.
And mechanically, it's all done with dice. And you've got different weapons will have different damage types, different spells have different effects. Those stats affect your saving throws and your attack rolls.
So, and attack rolls are,
it's
whether
just
you can
it's
hit
the
something.
old version of any playing pretend but with rules.
I like that.
Read the rules and immediately forget them so that your dungeon master tears their hair. Perfect.
That is exactly it.
Anyone who tells you D&D is a competition is lying, and really it is a competition. It's just who can get the DM to say fuck you first.
Yes.
Who's our DM? Let's see. Right now in my I've got 3 dungeon masters.
Yeah. In our home game, I am DMing. We've had our session 0, but And actually, this weekend we will be starting the first session of our campaign. Before that, it was my husband Matt who DM'd for us when we lived in California for about 2 years. So
a couple months ago, I was the DM for just a
short
adventure, not a one-off exactly because there's multiple sessions, but.
So, alrighty.
They just don't like it. Okay.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
So
mechanically, they can't wear metal, but.
Yeah. But no, I mean for flavor and reasons why, I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah. It really doesn't change the game much.
No, look at that. 5e got rid of the no metal requirement.
Did it? I thought it was still there.
Cool.
Now I have to check.
See, you've learned something new.
Now I've learned something new, but now I have to. I have to check.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay. It's you know what? It's metal. Scroll down. Scroll down.
See,
wrong way. We had it. It was right there, and you scrolled away from it.
Okay, that's starting proficiencies.
It's right there.
Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal.
But you know what? For flavor-wise, we can work around that.
And honestly, there's no real backside to not having it. Honestly,
but even you know what though, if you talk to your DM, I think that's something that you could, you could work around or house rule it for the type of druid you are, to make that work. So that maybe it's limited to you can't wear plate armor, but you can get away with chainmail, something like that.
Or that plate mail is literally made of plates, dinner plates. Who knows? It's technically there, but really it doesn't matter. Joel's gift armor.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We were talking about the industrial one.
Industrial.
Yeah. Moon's easy. They live in the sewers.
Yeah.
Another idea I had was maybe the Circle of Dreams. Just going off of the flavor here. I have not played often styrofoam plates. That's great.
Yes.
That's even worse than metal.
But I do like that idea. Druidcraft being used to strengthen the plant's levels of toughness that can equal metal. I think that's
some great flavor.
A really good thing. I think another way you could have an industrial druid or someone who is into civilization is, say they work for the park, basically the Parks and Rec department. So their whole deal is they take care of the parks within the city. They deal with the trees lining the streets. Or maybe they're a landscaper and they have a landscaping business within the city. So you can still do the whole city thing, but they're about, basically beautifying the city in which they live.
Maintaining the park.
Yeah, there we go. Kind of goes back to my...
Which one's more fun, DM or adventurer? Depends on the person. It ultimately depends on the person. I know some people that much prefer being the DM to being adventurer. Yeah. Personally, I prefer being adventurer to dungeon master.
I prefer playing... I prefer playing. I can DM, but I have a lot more fun with RP and creating characters and all that kind of stuff. My husband, on the other hand, would much rather DM. He likes the creating the world and creating the story and writing and all that fun stuff in there. I'm not a writer, so for me, I have a theater background, so I do a lot more. I'm into improv.
You're more about the acting than the directing.
The acting, yeah, basically, yes. That's a good way to describe it. So,
okay, to like D&D masters, we've had decades of experience.
I would not say a master. There are lots of people out there who are far more experienced and knowledgeable than we are. But the thing is, you don't have to be a master to play. Yeah. It's all about having fun and enjoying and making stuff up and just having fun with your friends. Yeah.
So I wouldn't call myself a master either. I know way too much more about this game than I should because I love game design and how stuff works when you put it together.
Theater kids,
kids unite.
So,
but I still don't know. I don't know everything about this game. Like I barely know Druid right here.
So
but like I said, years of experience. I've For fun, I study game design. So stuff like this I love. I will talk about it for hours. I only played about a year.
That's a good way to describe it too. Shaping worlds for me is more fun than making.
Shape
it
the
too.
worlds, shape the character. Yeah. Okay, what's some weird fighters? Fighters too easy. Anyone can be a fighter. Anything can be a fighter.
Yeah.
So. Oh no! Here we go. I got one.
Okay.
I got a couple for Monk right here, because they've got all sorts of weird flavor stuff and all that. Some may seem obvious, like Avatar: The Last Airbender stuff is really easy. Way of the Four Elements, Way of the Shadow. You think ninja? Never played D&D? You should try it, huh? Yeah.
Yes, most definitely.
Give it a try, or at the very least, there's a million podcasts and live streams of people playing D&D. I think the most popular 2, 3. I know the official channel has one. Dice Camera Action, Critical Role, and Acquisitions Incorporated, I think, are the most popular ones for that.
Oh, Franciscan Monk. Oh, that would be fun.
Oh, the whole Occidental thing? That reminds me of, oh, is that... Are those bits? Are those my first bits? I think those are those are my first bits. Hey! Thank you, Melody. Oh, blood bending, spirit cleansing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wrong button there. So, but I want to get these ones off my chest. First of all, I'll start with Sun Soul Monk. If you read the flavor on this, the most obvious thing most people would think of is Dragon Ball Z. Glowing with energy, shooting lasers out of your hands, punching and grunting, and 10 hours of talking.
Yeah. That's why I will say it. I will admit it. I'm so sorry if you love it, but I can't stand Dragon Ball.
It's a shame. I love Abridged is the best thing about it.
Yeah.
They stopped. They unfortunately stopped, but subscribe to Tier 1. Oh, thank you, Cryocore. Cryocore. Thank you, Cryocore 3. Oh, thank you for the sub.
Yes, thank you.
Enjoy that, victory.
So you're talking. Most people think Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. And the flavor is right there. Well, I got thinking, and I actually came up with a sort of a custom item for it later on. It's really just only merging 2 items that are already magical items already here. Mega Man. At level 3, you got that Radiant Sunbolt. There's your lemons. There's your Mega Man lemons. Be a Warforged Sun Soul Monk, and you are Mega Man.
There we go.
And as you level up and get new magical items and new stuff, there's all your other abilities. You could build a whole campaign around this idea.
Creating Mega Man. Okay.
X Melody Pawn subscribe. Thank you so much. Oh,
you guys are so
You guys are amazing, and I'm loving this. I normally stream video games here, but I want to reserve Wednesdays for D&D. I might just have to invite you back again.
All right, I'm down. I will talk D&D with you anytime.
Yeah.
So I love D&D. So
okay.
All right. So your monk is we're building
Mega Man. Right
Mega
here.
Man. Okay.
That's all you have to do is just pure monk, or even just 17 levels of monk. Because let's face it, the last 3 levels of monk are garbage.
Okay.
They're garbage. 8 levels, 18, 19, 20 monk, they're garbage. So you can switch to fighter easily, no problem.
Oh, there you go. So add a little bit of fighter in there. Sounds good.
So, but no, the thing I'm thinking of, because one of the key staples that's to Mega Man over the years is the character Zero. Okay. What's cool about Zero? He's got a freaking laser sword.
Okay.
Laser sword and all that. So there's a weapon in 5th edition D&D called the Sunblade.
Oh,
it's a
I
long
love
sword.
that sword.
Yeah, it's basically the lightsaber. but here's the thing: is that monks normally, with few exceptions, can't use long swords for their martial arts stuff because it's not a finesse weapon. The Sunblade is.
Oh, really?
So it can use your dex instead of your strength to do for that extra hit and damage. So you can give that to a monk and they can use it no problem. Their martial arts rule lets them do that. Another thing, the other item I combined it with was the arm blade, which lets you attach basically a weapon to. So there you go.
So now you have Mega Man.
There's some Mega Man right there.
Nice. So, okay. So you said you had another one. I remember one that you played. It was very brief because
Yes,
you
this
had
one was a one-shot.
grumpy Gus person, but your graffiti artist.
Yes, my street monk. I made him because really all I wanted to do was try out Way of the Kensei, and they're all about using all sorts of weird weapons for their martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
I had two ways I could go with this. I could go Power Rangers,
Okay.
and go full Power Rangers, or full on graffiti artist by taking my free proficiency in a weapon into Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Named him Mick Hammer. People couldn't touch this. and I made him a street monk. So I even like came to the session with like a hat that like, oh, I'm introducing my character now. Put that hat on backwards. Yo, what's up? People were immediately at the table like, nope.
Now just Marty.
I got there's Katie too.
Oh well. So.
But yeah, there you go, street monk.
There we go.
And his whole thing was a graffiti artist, and we had a feeling most of the party was going to die during this adventure. Calligraphy, but yes, exactly. He had proficiency in the calligraphy set and all that. I
he
think
made very pretty pictures on
I
walls.
I tagged the inn that we were sleeping at.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then
Didn't
this
you
one's
tag
still
the ritual bowl?
Oh, here's the thing.
That we were running from or something.
The whole point of the one shot. There's this big old evil cult.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's this big old evil cult that was, trying to summon some like Dragolich or whatever, and we were going down to stop it. And the original room design was there was this big old giant bowl that they were collecting the blood of a whole bunch of Dragonborn in. Oh, another 100 bits! Thank you so much. You are awesome. Thank you so much, X-Melody Pond. But yeah, that was the original room design had that big old bowl, and I'm thinking, I'm staying behind. There is my canvas.
This is your magnum opus.
Canvas. This will be my magnum opus. And when we finally reconvened a couple months later, because some stuff went down and we couldn't finish it, and we convened a couple months later, DM lost some of his notes. The bowl was gone.
It was terrible. It was very sad.
I was rather upset. So, on the flip side, though, of that adventure, he also ended up being the only character living.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that escaped the crumbling mountain.
Yes.
Monks have mad speed. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Run!
150 feet per turn.
Yes.
Hashtag high hearts.
Yes.
Exactly. But my original plan was he was going to stay behind to tag that bull.
And he didn't get to. It was very sad.
So it's he lived, but at what cost?
Yeah.
At the cost of reality warping.
So let's see. There was another.
Sometime I would love to play the Power Ranger. I think my other concept for the Kensei monk was the Mighty Morphin Minotaur monk.
Okay, I like that.
Ninja Turtles are also an option, but
yeah.
The Mighty Morphin Minotaur.
Turtle monk.
In combat, he'd just backflip all the time. Cheese it.
Yes.
Monks, you do have a lot of fun ways you could go about this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Let's see another
what's another
fun one.
Oh,
well, here's a fun one, Sorcerer.
Okay, Sorcerer.
This is actually one that once I'm hoping to play very, very, very soon. But this isn't so much of an out-of-the-box one. This is just a fun one, and that is a wild magic sorceress.
It is out of the box, because you don't really need to level dip or anything. It's just...
Yeah.
It's literally a level 1. It really is more out of the box than all these other ones.
Yeah.
Industrial Druids, Korean GMOs. They could.
There we go, yeah.
There's actually... They do have a spell that, like, if cast over, 8 hours, provides, the harvest... Beautiful harvest for a year.
Oh, yeah, so there's the D&D equivalent of GMOs. The sorceress that I am going to be playing is actually a very, very old woman. However, so she lived her life completely as a commoner. Was married to a nice innkeeper. She dreamed about being an adventurer, but never got the chance. Never had anything special about her as far as she knew that she could actually she could actually go out and survive. So lives her life, has kids, runs the inn, that kind of stuff, and then, retires, passes away.
Farming is the world's oldest industrialization.
Yes. What cool spellcasting focus is available for industrial?
Ooh.
You could do something as fun as you could do a crowbar.
What kind of focuses druids have, real quick? I have to find, because I'm mechanically minded with the game design stuff and stuff. I love creating all sorts of weird stuff. Most importantly, I love making it mixed with the rules. I love it when storytelling and gameplay come together.
What would be kind of fun is, say, a bit of cobblestone from the street.
Oh.
So.
Just a weird thought that popped in my head, because they can get sickles. The Industrial Druid can be a communist. Communist party. Well, is it the sickle and the...
Yeah, it's the sickle and star.
Sickle and star. There you go.
Have a little star that they show. Let's see. As far as a spellcasting focus, it would be kind of interesting to, say, do a cutoff signpost. Okay. So it would double as their quarterstaff, but they could use it to direct. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. There we go. So, but yeah, or as a totem, what would they use as a totem, do you think?
Totem.
I would think something to do with the city. So you're looking at like cobblestones from the streets, maybe.
The weeds that pop up in the sidewalks.
Could be, yeah. Like, so they have a little sprig of garden gnome. Yes. Oh, that's perfect. or a flamingo. So, I love the garden gnome. That is awesome. So a little ceramic garden gnome that they carry around with them. So
even better, they are the garden gnome.
There we go. So, that's perfect. I love that for an industrial druid.
That's so I'm loving this.
Yes.
There you go. I'm glad we could be your inspiration for this. That's the point of today's stream, is inspire you guys to do something weird.
We like weird. So as far as that goes, let's see what else. I could definitely see using, oh gosh, I had it and I lost it. Now I'm irritated.
Oh, that's irritating.
Be the garden gnome you want to see in the world. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so we'll going back to the Industrial Druid. So we've kind of got a background for her and some details fleshing out with the help of you guys.
Let's use D&D Beyond to build him or her.
Yeah. So, okay. So before she became an adventurer, she was in basically the Parks and Recs department of City X. So, and her job was to, maintain the parks and maintain the trees of the streets and that kind of stuff. So still kind of naturey, but it's urban.
So probably maybe where'd you go? I just saw it here a second ago.
You thinking something guildy?
Something guildy, yeah.
So guild artisan, yeah.
Guild artisan or guild merchant. It could be one.
So
there's also Baldur's Gate variants of them if you're playing one of the other books. And then so she has a focus. As far as for her druidic powers, her focus is a little garden gnome that she carries around with her everywhere, and she loves him. His name is Steve. Yeah. I like Steve. You could also do, like I said, straight out of Ravnica, the Golgari agent. But, they
yeah, but we have people in stream that aren't familiar with D. Let's go with just standard player's handbook stuff.
Let's make a merchant. Mm-hmm. Or guild artisan, there we go.
Guild artisan. And, but her guild is the Landscapers Guild.
There we go.
So, and then let's make her...
Okay, so she automatically gets insight, persuasion, tool proficiencies.
As far as that goes,
Alchemist supplies.
Alchemist supplies? Or do you think woodcarver's tools?
I'm going to go with alchemist supplies. That is, in the parks, they got to promote growth there. The hedge from over the hedge is named Steve.
Yes.
Yeah, alchemist supplies. Alchemist supplies, because you got to, treat the plants right in some ways, and you got to kill the weeds in other areas.
There we go, okay. So
you know all the chemicals for that. Language, it can be whatever. People sign petitions.
Yes.
As far as language goes, whatever fits the world. It doesn't matter here.
Let's go with Gnomish, just because she has a garden gnome.
She has a garden gnome. Okay, that's goblin.
That's goblin.
There we go. There you go. Race again doesn't really matter. You can be whatever. Be
Whatever
a goblin.
would
Be
fit
a gnome.
within
Be a
your
dwarf.
city. Now she is a city.
She's a city person, so maybe not so much like the full-on
really
elves.
exotic. What do you guys think?
What do you guys think? Let's choose
pick
a race.
What race is this druid? This
And
industrial druid?
I've got them all. So whatever official race you think would be amazing.
Okay. Well. Here we go.
Gnome.
Gnome. Okay.
Okay.
We'll
go back and change that.
So yeah, pick a gnome.
No. There you go. The garden gnome.
Yes. Oh, that's perfect. She's a garden gnome. Oh, I love it. This is making me so happy.
Half elf could be doable.
Yeah. Not a forest. Let's go with rock gnome because since we're more industrial, she's definitely not a forest gnome.
Yeah. Okay.
So
there we go. We'll choose that as the race. They get nothing. We gotta go back to description here and change the language because I think gnomes start off with knowing.
With gnomish, yeah.
Whoops, that's not the button I wanted. I clicked the wrong thing and went too far. Well, that's okay. It's easy to go back. Let's see.
Gnome she carries is loved.
Yeah, they automatically know gnomish.
Oh, okay. I love it. Okay, that's perfect.
So here we go. Reload the character builder. Back over here. We do have to change this off gnomish. Gnomes automatically know gnomish. There's no need to.
Yeah. So pick goblin. She has to go into the sewers and deal with the sewer goblins every once in a while.
Yeah, go goblin. Yeah, there you go.
So.
Although the goblins in my world are basic.
Yes.
That's a story for another time. But
yes.
Imagine the goblins are big fans of Starbucks and Uggs.
Yes.
Uggs? I think that's what they're called. Alright, so we've got...
Alright, so we have... we've got the class, Druid.
Yep, Druid.
And...
I have to remove... Oh god, Fatberg. Oh! Do you know what Fatberg is?
I do not. I am uneducated.
Have you ever seen the show Adam Ruins Everything?
Yes.
There's one episode they talk about how he ruins hygiene.
Oh dear.
And talks about he does a thing where he flushes a bunch of stuff down the toilet and then they go into the sewers. And Fatbergs it's a real big problem for sewers. They're basically these giant chunks that clog up the sewers made of fat and all the other gross stuff that just kind of builds up. It's just...
Yeah. That would be some sort of gelatinous cube homebrew monster.
You expect gelatinous cubes to come out of this thing. It's just this giant chunk that
so gross.
Sewage workers have to deal with. It's gross.
Ew.
They're just nicknamed Fatbergs.
Yeah, I understand that. They could know Dwarvish. Talk to my... Oh, yeah.
They could know. Yeah.
That's
whatever ultimately fits the campaign.
And whatever you
just talk
like.
to the DM. Yeah, whatever you like.
Yeah. So if you're... Okay, so let's see.
Icebergs of grease. There we go. That's where there's a lot of grease.
So nasty.
Okay.
Gross.
So what would they know? I would definitely say perception.
Okay.
For one, they live in the city. They gotta watch out. They gotta watch their back.
Yeah. They gotta watch out for runaway carts.
Yeah.
And as far as the other one,
I think there's all sorts of ways. You could go if they tend to again. I am stuck on the sewers thing. If they stick to the sewers, animal handling, talk to the rats.
Yeah. Or actually, I was thinking about it, and probably nature would still be a good skill to have because what their specialization is Either, again, dealing with sewer stuff, or if they're doing with parks and recreation or landscaping, things like that, they're going to need to know how to make those plants thrive within this city. So...
Urchin background has a perfect city feature, and they get a pet mouse. That is true.
I love that idea.
That's a great one, too. Yeah,
okay.
just what we're building here, think of it as guidelines. If you want to do something different, go for it.
But I do like that. I like that a lot. Actually, I kind of might like that a little more than
the merchant.
Background, just because
their thing is guild membership, but
yeah.
Yeah, you know, actually, yeah. Well,
Street
let's see
urchin
what
with
changed.
the mouse.
Let's
I
do
like that
street
idea.
urchin. ST urchin. So instead, stuff changes to sleight of hand stealth. We lose the alchemy kit to get disguise kit and thieves tools.
But you know what? You could talk to your DM and probably switch out those thieves tools for an alchemy kit.
It actually even says in there, there's nothing wrong with mixing and matching.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Okay. So from here,
go back into proficiencies here because I don't think anything.
Perception and nature. No, that stayed the same. Yeah, we stayed with nature.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, that was the same.
So the city's the only family they've ever had.
Yeah, there we go. So they love it. Oh, that's perfect.
Spell. Let's see what spells and cantrips a druid this level would know. Let's see. These are just the cantrips.
Shape water would be a good one.
Shape water for sure. Yeah.
Because at that point, you know, especially if you're going with like your idea to go into the sewers, they will need to be able to deal with the water.
Mechanically, I love guidance.
Yeah.
But I think infestation would be a better fit here. Like, don't get me wrong, guidance is an amazing cantrip all around.
That is a fun one. Yeah.
It's just, hey, you're about to do a skill check. High five.
Yay.
Boom, 1d4 to your next thing.
Yeah. Although I would say that if you
mending
go up to,
can fix the sidewalks too. Yeah.
I like the idea.
I
like mending a lot actually, but I also like druidcraft. For that kind of thing.
As they level up, they'll get more cantrips. So.
Yeah.
For now, before we actually go any further, let's go ahead and this. So this is already the level 1 stat. So yeah, we'll do standard array, point by, whatever. Important thing is wisdom.
Yeah. So we'll just go 15.
15 into wisdom.
They don't need a lot of charisma, but let's see.
They automatically get a +2 to intelligence, so I have no problem making that the dump at 8.
Yeah, because that'll bring it up to 10. Since we're going gnome. Yeah. Constitution be the next. I think the next good one to have. Yeah,
Dex and Con are the next two best ones to have.
I would do 14 in Constitution.
14 in Con, 13 Dex.
13 Dex, yeah. And then their city. So I would say I would go Charisma over Strength.
Charisma over Strength?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Just adds build.
So
nothing at 16, that's fine.
Yeah.
A lot of odd numbers that bugged me.
yeah. So. Okay,
alright, so.
Yes, I agree with you. Druidcraft, I think, would be fabulous for working within the city. So I think at level 1, that would definitely be my pick.
Let's give them a. Yeah, I'm just going through this, just starting clear stuff. Where's that sickle?
Yep.
However that goes. Oh, there's their focuses. The totem.
Yes.
The totem, because the gnome.
Yes.
There we go. They got the small knife, the map.
I agree. Perfect. Yes, I very much agree with you on the charisma. Charisma, I would definitely say, is more important than strength. For exactly that type of thing. So.
Okay, so I need to refresh the page here because D&D Beyond gets a little bit weird with leveling up and spells and stuff and going back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's see. So they know three. They have 3 spells prepared at level 1. Animal friendship, I think, would definitely be one.
Yeah.
Or bee spawn. No, that's a concentration. Animal friendship's better.
I would say for the other first level,
it needs a whip like a modern Indiana Jones. You could do that too. Yeah, I just chose the sickle just because I said that earlier and now it's stuck in my head and won't leave. But.
A whip would be a good one, though, too. Although, you know what? If you go back up to cantrips, if you're wanting a whip, I would say go with Thorn Whip. There was one druid I was playing really early when I was first learning D&D 5e, and I played a druid, and I had picked Thorn Whip, and that is a fabulous spell, especially if you're going to, when you hit, it drags the enemy to you. So you can definitely do some control of the battlefield, stuff like that with Thorn Whip. So it's one of my favorites.
It's, whatever we throw out here, you got lots of options.
Yeah.
For cantrips and such. I personally love guidance mechanically, but it's and this for this role playing, it doesn't fit so much here.
So
it's like Scorpion, get over here.
Yes, exactly.
Let's see, what are other spells we'd have prepared at level 1?
Charm Person actually might be a good one, because if you're working on getting petitions and
even better,
getting things signed for things you want to have happen in the city as far as your thing goes.
Even better, once the spell wears off, it's like, wait a minute, they use magic to charm me.
Yeah.
Damn it!
What are you doing?
Let's see.
But I like Charm Person. Speak with Animals.
Speak with Animals, Lawn Strider.
Yeah. I actually like Speak with Animals.
I like Speak with Animals over let's see, Animal Friendship.
I think I like the Speak with
That
Animals
lasts
better.
a whole day. Speak with Animals, I think, is better. Then it's just talk to them, and you can make
find
honest
out what's
friendships
needed,
yourself.
what's going on, that kind of thing. Of course, in the city you have your little birds finding out things for you. The pigeons.
Right.
You can become the penguin.
Let's go ahead and level them up now.
Or not the penguin. What was that villain that dealt with birds a lot? Pigeons and that kind of thing. I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
I'll remember it like at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
So, all right. And then what did we decide on? Did we decide to go with spores, or did we decide to go Circle of the Moon?
I think we're going to Circle of the Moon, or we could make a cave. There was a thing. I need to read more about Circle of Dreams to say yay or nay for that one.
I like Moon myself.
Circle of the Moon, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I like changing forms.
Birdman about the
Maybe that's what it was. I think that was the one.
And they get to prepare one more spell here.
Okay.
And it's druid. It's as a druid, prepare or not prepare whatever spells you want. It doesn't matter. You are never committed to.
Oh,
your
okay.
spells.
So I would think focusing on city animals. So you could do a dog. So because you have a lot of stray dogs.
Dogs,
rats,
cats, rats, cockroaches,
birds.
spiders, pigeons.
Pigeons, yeah.
Or crows. Or crows.
Crows would be a good one. I like crow. So that type of, I think, definitely, if you're looking for something more battle focused, I'd say go with dogs. If you're looking for something that's a little sneakier, cockroaches or rats would be really good.
Cats, I think, have some stealth bonuses as well.
Yeah.
I think.
Pigeons
I might be
are
confusing 3rd edition in there. But.
Yeah. But pigeons are great because you've got...
zoo.
Yeah,
you might live at the zoo. There's your day job.
Yeah.
You're the bear.
You're the zookeeper.
Not even the zookeeper. You're the bear
at the zoo. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening. Yeah, definitely.
It was fun. This would work low levels for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for stopping by. It's much appreciated. Tell your friends.
So.
I'm going to go ahead and plug this right now. My live streams, I back up onto YouTube. If you're on your computer, there's a link down below. On Twitch, I think it's like you can slide over to a different tab or something like that. Or I can't remember. But you can find a link to my YouTube page. And it's just a repository for all these if you guys want to watch these again.
So, okay, Tanky City Animal.
And if you want to know what I'm playing, too.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
Ideas for more Tanky City Animal. I don't know the basic animals very well, honestly, because like the druid and ranger are my least known. I know the least.
That's why I was thinking dog.
Illegal pet alligator.
Yes, there we go. Or somebody's pet boa constrictor.
No, the alligator, because they get the sewers.
Yeah. There we go. Altered
stat dog.
Like Sirius from Harry
Potter.
Potter. Yeah.
There are giant dogs in there.
Yeah, so that would be good.
And here's the thing with Moon is that they get better wild shape forms faster.
Yeah, so that's always a nice thing. So you can also, and eventually you can become elementals, which isn't a Great Dane. I like that. Yes. Yeah. Mastiff. A Mastiff would be good.
Mastiff, yeah, there is a block for Mastiff specifically in there. And it's one of the other party gnomes or small creatures can ride you.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna stand up a little here.
So, alrighty. So I think we've got a good idea for industrial city druid, and now I want to play her.
Yes.
The Grim. Yes.
The Grim. That's the worst part about these characters. I want to play them.
All of them, all the time.
All of them.
So, alrighty.
And that's just ready to go. Level 2 build, right out of the box. No need to multi-class or stuff like some other weird build I plan to talk about later.
Yeah.
Or in other streams.
So yeah, I think
out of the box.
we've
covered a lot of classes.
I think we've gotten a good portion of the classes.
You guys so fun.
Yeah.
I kind of covered the fake paladin last week when I made a rogue sorcerer hybrid.
So
if you want to watch that stream, I think I get into it like halfway through. If you want for a fake paladin, the rogue sorcerer. We did. I think the only ones we didn't touch were warlock and artificer. Artificer's pretty new though. I'm learning the mechanics of that one.
Yeah, but a really fun thing to do with artificer, and I hope someday you do this because it is so amusing, is we talked about a couple weeks ago the Dr. Doofenshmirtz as an artificer.
If you've ever seen Phineas and Ferb,
yes,
amazing cartoon.
So all of your things are innators.
It's the innators.
Yes. Yes, and what I really loved though is it's a good excuse to go back and watch Phineas and Ferb, because then you can build into this character all of the backstory. So
I tried to look at I briefly did some study on this, and 2 reasons why I ultimately decided not to do Doofenshmirtz. 1, I wanted the character to grow organically in my own way. 2, that is a lot of tragic backstories, like 15 to 30 minutes of tragic backstories.
Yes.
Both parents did not show up to his birth.
He was a garden gnome.
He was made to be a garden gnome. Raised by ocelots at a certain point, disowned because he couldn't do the high dive at a pool.
However, he never lost his choo-choo.
Yes,
so that's why he is, as much as he tries to be a bad guy, he's a terrible bad guy. But he's a wonderful dad. Trying to take over the tri-state area. Yes. So that I think that one's more of a one-shot character.
Is definitely more of a one-shot character.
So and that's just fun to bring up all of these backstories, but then you're not stuck in a character that already has a history and already
he's already a very I think he's the most fleshed out character in that show.
I think you're right. So
because we go into his backstory so often. Oh, and then another fun thing that would have been fun to work with was the monsters as the agents.
Yes. So
a kobold? What's that kind of carry the kobold?
So
that's my best attempt at.
I think we had an idea at one point that anytime we came across a fighter-like character, you would be like, "Parry the paladin."
Yeah. Parry the paladin. I arch nemesis.
Yes.
I apologize for my terrible Doofenshmirtz impression. No, I don't.
Yeah. So I think. Do we have anything else? Or I think we've kind of gone through almost all of the classes and out of the box.
I do have.
I mean, we briefly.
We didn't do warlock. I do have one idea for warlock.
Okay.
One idea, because you can do a lot of fake classes through warlock, but
I agree with you completely, BB girl.
Warlocks are great because they are actually really. You have to think about how you want to build them. Because those incantations is what makes them so versatile and interesting. But this one you could go with a celestial or archfey background, and the character I'm thinking of is the magical girl.
Okay.
If you've watched any magical girl anime or whatever, don't judge me. I know you're judging me. Don't judge me. All you want to chat.
I am so judging you.
Well, yeah, you're my sister. But. They have a trope that they start off with where they have a rare encounter with some sort of magical creature.
Okay.
So that screams warlock. a rare encounter with some sort of magical, mystical being. Please ever play One Been Curious?
Yes.
The magical, exactly. It's any one of them could be magical girl. Sailor Moon, Nanoha, Madoka, Pretty Cure. I don't know why I know so many of these. I know why, because Nanoha is the weird, crazy one. But
So anyway, you've got this.
You're the magical girl. You've encountered this rare being that you've made a pact with, and if you watch these shows, they make some sort of pact with them. The first episode, they make the pact and they do the whole full transformation sequence because they gotta fill in that time somehow.
Okay, cool. So I take it when you're playing this character, it's all a lot of the hi, cutesy stuff.
The the poses and
Okay.
And like my favorite one, Nanoha, she regularly fires lasers.
Okay.
Like there are as many lasers in this.
In the
few seasons of Nanoha, there are as many lasers in there as there are in all of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
There's laser. Like I do mean like city and planet destroying lasers. Like holy shit. Like I'm watching this magical girl show. I was not expecting this action packed.
So.
But more into the patron of the warlock itself. Yeah. Yeah, you could easily do Sailor Moon. Her whole shtick, she meets the, like... I'm going to be honest, I've watched a lot of magical girl shows that I care to admit, but I've never really sat down to watch Sailor Moon.
Okay.
But,
You've still watched more than me.
Well, shit. If any...
She's like, blasting all over the place, yes.
Yeah, exactly. This... the Moonbeam, or whatever she, Moonbeam, racing... It's... very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so something like a pose with it. So every time she does, say Eldritch Blast, for example, she's going Moonbeam or something like that. Okay.
Boom. And you could use any patron for this. Really. Well, probably not the Undying, but the Archfey, Celestial, Fiend, Great Old One. If you feel like your magical girl needs a little bit of Cthulhu in her life. Although then again, Japan's...
then you get into tentacles there. And
so it might actually be fitting after all.
Yeah. So, okay. So I see. And then I guess you take it as... And you... Spells Moonbeam because that's...
The
Traveler. We go.
The
The Traveler. There we go. Exactly. So, okay. I get this. So, and then I would say you go full anime with it as far as like
anime.
the way she
Again,
or he...
If D&D is a game where you try to make the DM say, fuck you first, this is a great way to go.
There you go. You win.
Really?
So. Okay, game's over. You win. So, alrighty. So we've gone through, I think, most of the classes now, and talked about everything. I think we're...
Yeah, I think I'm all out of ideas, honestly. For now.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll think of something weird in the
more
future.
Later. So, but yeah. So I think there's some ideas for you guys. Fun things to kind of steal, run with them.
Evolve them in whole new ways. Combine them with other stuff.
I would love, and I love new characters, so please feel free to tweet me your ideas and everything. I'm at Craft Candles, or tweet Old Man Striker Bolt at Striker Bolt on Twitter. Yeah.
Links below. I've got a Discord channel that you can also drop by and drop stuff in. If you're on your computer, links below. I'm gonna mess with around here. I know on here somewhere there's a way to.
Okay, but definitely come join us on that. I'd love to hear more about your characters. They're my favorite things ever.
Yeah. If you're on your phone, go over to my channel and hit the info tab and just scroll down. You'll see there's a giant YouTube button. You click on that to get to YouTube. Don't know, this is all Run D&D, exactly.
Yes. And then
love to see more.
Yeah, we want to continue talking D&D.
Yeah, so I plan to run a D&D thing, D&D Wednesday talk every Wednesday.
So yeah, and we'll talk about fun things and everything. And if you'll have me back, I'll come back next week.
I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, and then you know what? We'll actually, if you have me back, I will provide stuff. I will provide some D20 candles for a giveaway.
Yeah, that's why that's the big announcement I want to talk for. Also, it's part of the celebration for me hitting affiliate. I want to do a contest giveaway for my viewers. I'd love to partner with you to play or even like another day where I just invite you to. We can play a Jackbox game or a D&D related game we have, and throughout the stream, while UI or we play, is give these away as a contest.
Or we're talking more D&D, like doing another D&D Wednesday. We'll figure it out.
Yep, we'll figure it out. But I want to do this with all y'all viewers and such. So. Play Jackbox all day. See you next week then. Yeah, feel free to drop on by. I also stream me playing video games.
I will, Cryo. I will definitely DM you. So and so we'll talk next Wednesday. We'll figure out a fun topic to talk about, and I will bring candles to give away that day. And you guys can have some smelly good fire click-clacks that don't roll though, because you'll dent the wax, and set character sheets on fire and upset people. So
I don't know why you're holding a flaming candle to roll anyway, but I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to judge. But yeah, so until then, as far as my streaming schedule goes, tomorrow it's back to more Pokemon Soul Silver randomized Nuzlocke. More thrills, more chills, more heartbreak and clench.
Yes.
Clench moments. That's going on Thursday through Sunday. Mondays, I'll showcase another game I happen to have in my collection that I've played very little or not at all of.
So, awesome.
All the false
click-clacks, yes.
Yeah. But feel free to stop on by, say hi, and have fun.
So.
It's my streams are all about loving the game and watching me rip my hair out.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And tragedy.
So... Alrighty, well, thank you so much for having me. And
thank you so much. I would love to have you again and make this a regular thing.
Alright, I will see you next Wednesday.
Yep.
And hopefully see you guys too. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining the bits, the follows and subscriptions especially. That helps me out so much.
Yeah.
And you guys are so awesome.
And if you don't want to wait for a giveaway, you can go on over to the
Big Lon. Hey,
Flames.
You've been hiding here the entire time.
You can go on over to the Fabled Flames on Etsy, and I can make you a custom candle or make you a some dragon melts. They're so super cute, and yeah.
So. Go ahead and put her link in chat one more time there.
Alrighty, right. And we will see you guys later.
Stopping by again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Guys. Bye.